Yeah. Heart of a king, blood of a slave. When it's all said and done, we walk out of the grave. Abraham, he got seized the race. I pray a man will stay a man in the evilest days. Please, Lord, pardon all my mischievous ways. You share that drama with my mama, I'll be a disgrace. But I'm forgiven like the engine in the Honda I'm driven. Replace my period in my sentence with a comma. I'm living, I'm feeling good. No stress in the hood with no vest. Shutting down Babylon, I'm a part of the protest. I was a vagabond, living lit like marijuana. Flight Academy membership.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cameron Adom. I told y'all I would finally be here at this moment to let you know that me and Mike Jaja finally got together, finally got hooked up, and I'm coming to inspire you. I'm coming to motivate you. You better get up, get ready. I'm telling you, this message right now, if you're distracted, cut all distractions off. Because what I'm going to sell you is the fragrance of potency. Potency. What does it mean to be potent? Okay? Potent means powerful, being effective, influential, being strong, okay? But let me tell you something. I got to be honest with y'all. I got to be very, very honest with y'all. If y'all want this fragrance, you got to understand that it's free. It's free. By all means, it's free. I'm not going to sell you something that you can't afford. It's free. But it's going to cost you something. I hope y'all are ready. I'm motivated. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to give you a message that is going to change your life. What does it mean to be potent? All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so what does it mean to be potent? Okay, first I'm going to talk to you. Okay, Jesus, of course, one of the most potent men to ever live on this life. He said, if you have as much faith as a mustard seed, then you can say to this mountain, move, be set in the water, and it will move. Amazing, powerful. And most of us, when we think of this message or when we come across this scripture in the Bible, we say, oh, as faith as small as a mustard seed. And I agree. Your faith can be small. But you got to think, what is really in a mustard seed? What's inside a mustard seed is the most significant thing that you can come to understand. It's the potency that's inside a mustard seed. A mustard seed, when you put it inside of a ground and you begin to water it, it grows out and it sprouts out to be a tree. What's inside a mustard seed, the smell of it, the fragrance of it is so potent, very, very potent. So you can say, look, I'm not coming to preach to you. Okay, just listen to where I'm going because I'm going to take you somewhere deep. You got to come with a strong mind with this. Okay, so you can say, yeah, well, he probably meant as small as a mustard seed. But if you read the scripture real closely, I believe that he was talking about potency. Okay, so for example, your faith, I don't care how small your dream is. I don't care what your goal is. I don't care what you're trying to look to. You have to understand that if you have faith in your dream, it must come with potency. It's a fragrance that is free, but it's going to cost you something. Okay? You have to have potency. You're not just building this dream for you to have a better future, but you're building this dream for you to have a legacy. Stay with me now. Legacy. Potency creates legacies. We all love Beyonce. Beyonce is a phenomenal singer. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I may not support what she sings. I'm not into Beehive. Y'all into Beehive. Y'all understand Beehive. But let me tell you something. Beyonce, if Beyonce was to come to this city right now, if she set a date, it would be stupid of you to buy her tickets the same day that she comes. Why? Because you understand that if you buy it the day that she comes, you understand that it's going to be sold out. So what do? You buy the tickets 5 months, 3 months before. Why? Because her influence is so strong. That's potency. Jay-Z. I remember I was watching a documentary of Jay-Z one time, right? And Jay-Z, he got on the subway train and all these people were following him. And he sits by this elderly woman, this old lady. She was probably like 85. She never probably even heard Jay-Z's music at all. Okay? She looks at him and she says, oh, you're pretty famous. He says, something like that. She says, no, I'm pretty sure you're famous. You got all these people following you, you know. What's your name? Right? Never probably even heard his CD. It was his time. He probably was way, way ahead of her time. in regards to music. So she probably never even heard him. And then he says, oh, my name is Jay-Z. And she said, oh, I heard of him. What's that? Potency. He's leaving behind a trail that even old generations and new generations will be able to cling to him. Now, I'm asking you today, what are you doing today that's going to leave behind a legacy? What are you doing today that's going to leave behind a legacy? Are you still climbing steps? Are you still taking steps? Are you still setting goals so low? Now, here's a quote for you. Let me pause real quick. Let me give you a quote. Let me give you a strong, powerful quote. Okay? I'd rather set the bar so high and come up short than to set the bar low only to discover that I could have done more. Did you hear that? I said I'd rather set the bar so high and come up short than to set the bar low only to discover that I could have done more. Potency. Now, it's a fragrance that is free, but it's going to cost you something. Now, some of y'all know me. If you know me from high school, if you know me anywhere, you know that I'm a huge, huge basketball fan. I love basketball. Basketball is like my bread and butter. I love basketball, all right? And there's so many things that I've learned from the concept of basketball, life in general. There's so many things that I understand about basketball. And I understand that in the NBA, you get 6 fouls. That's it. You get nothing less. You get nothing more. You get 6 fouls, and that's it. You fouled out. That's it. That's it. 6 fouls. That's it. Pay attention to that. Now, if you're playing in the game and you're one of those players and you get 6 fouls and your stat lineup is this. If you don't know basketball, look it up. You'll probably get it later. Okay? If you have 2 points, 1 rebound, and 1 steal, right? And you foul out, it means nothing. You had no impact on the game. Some of y'all right now, while we're speaking, you're watching this video. You keep thinking that you're going to make it. You keep thinking that you have tomorrow. You keep thinking that you got another moment. You keep thinking that you got another time. But let me tell you something. If you have no effect, if you have no impact of what you're doing, if what you're doing is not leading you and thrusting you into the next future, you mean nothing. Your impact on the game means nothing. Some of y'all do the same routine. You study the same way. You study at the same time. You don't have no effectiveness. You're not potent. You're just great. And let me tell you, there's a difference between being great and there's a difference between being potent. But I'll tell you, it has to be within. So let me get back to the story. So you have 2 points. You have 1 rebound. You have 1 steal. But your effect means nothing. Now, if you're that same player, okay, and you foul out, so you're not coming back in the game. And so let me tell you something. Now, if you have the same player, but now you have 45 points, 13 rebounds, 5 steals, and you foul out, your impact, your stats on the game still has a huge impact towards the game because it's hard to get 45 points. It's hard to get 13 rebounds. It's hard to get 5 steals. Let me tell you, one of the greatest, most potent people on this earth was Martin Luther King. Come on, Martin Luther King, he's dead. He's well in the grave. He was moving through the 60s, and he's still moving to this day. Many people still celebrate Martin Luther King and his birthday. Why? Because he left a potent fragrance. I'm challenging each and every person that's watching me today. I'm challenging you. Don't just be great, but be potent. Be potent. One more verse. One more verse I got to give to you because it's just rolling. It's rolling right now. One more verse I got to give to you. I'm going to talk to you about the rich man. There's a rich man in the Bible. This rich man, he understood how to get rich on this earth. A lot of y'all understand how to get rich on this earth, but yet you're not great. You're just great at doing that, but you're not potent. I'm explaining to you why. He understood how to get wealth on this earth. Right? So he asked Jesus a very smart question. He said, Jesus, what must I do to inherit the kingdom of heaven? And Jesus replies to him, he says, oh, that's a great question. You're pretty sure he didn't say it like that, but he says, oh, that's a great question. Let me tell you something, man. He says, do you know these commandments? He listed the commandments. The man says, man, I've kept those commandments from ever since I was a child. But he asked him, he says, what do I still lack? And Jesus says, why don't you go and sell all your possessions to the poor and then store up your treasures in heaven and follow me. Now, what the Bible begins to say is, once again, I'm not coming to preach you, I'm teaching you a message. What the Bible begins to say is that the man was grieved, he was sorrowful, he got sad because he had many, many great possessions, and now he has to give them all up. What am I trying to tell you? Potency is free, but it's going to cost you something. If he would have understood that his entrance into heaven was Jesus himself, but he couldn't give up his possessions. And some of y'all, you're chasing after material things. You think that success is by status. Success is not by status. Success is by what you leave behind. It's about what runway you present to everybody. It's about what you feed the next generation. Some of y'all looking at me right now, you're like, wow, this is a great speech. This is good. This is awesome. And this is going over your head. You're not hearing it now. I need you to come in now. I need you to hear it now so that your future can be blessed, but also so that you can leave behind a legacy. Because I tell you, if you go back to this message and you're in your future and you go back to your message and you go back to this message and you realize that you should have been listening to this now, it's going to affect you greatly, because I'm telling you, I'm moving you from greatness to potency. Stay with me, okay? No longer doing ladder, no longer doing steps. Okay? Steps. I'm going to just do this step. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to just do this step. I'm going to just keep on climbing, just keep on going. And if God gets me there, so be it. No. Move away from steps. We're going to take you to a higher elevation. Me and Mike are going to take you to a higher elevation. Come on, move off of steps and begin to move to ladders. Why you say ladders, Cameron? Because ladders have a high reward and they have a low risk, right? When you're climbing a ladder, if you get high up on that ladder, very, very high. Very, very high. I'm talking about to the height where it scares you. If you get to that point, you're going to have little room for error. Okay? Some of y'all still making excuses. You talk it. You think that you got time to make up, and I'm telling you, that's foul. That's foul. Potency is a fragrance. It's a fragrance that I'm selling to you. It's free, but it's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you your friends. It's going to cost you some time. It's going to cost you some effort. It's going to cost you some commitment. I love going to the gym. You know why I love going to the gym? Because I can separate the weak from the strong. Let me explain to you. I see all these guys, they got big macho muscles, man. I'm talking about they lifting 80, they lifting 90, they lifting 120. You hear them, you know the groans that they make. And they lifting, they strong, yeah, they think they these big chiseled muscle dudes, can't even walk. But let me tell you something. They lift, but they break no sweat. I'm not scared of anybody that goes to the gym where you lift and you break no sweat. I'm scared of the man that will run on the treadmill till he dies. Why? Because that's potency. That makes me want to go harder. That makes me want to go stronger. That makes me want to get into it. I'm talking about that's fire that generates in my body. Now, if you're potent, you understand what I'm talking about. See, right now I'm generating a potency fragrance to you. You're like, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, those people are annoying, right? Yeah, they are annoying. They're very annoying. Because all they got is muscles. They do this every day, every single day. They lifting probably 5 years, and yet you get a potent person who does it 3 times a day, but his routine's so strong, his routine's so potent that he looks the same size as them, but he got more strength. I'm telling you, you can't be on that same level every single time. You can't do that no more. You got to be potent. You got to be great. You got to be powerful. Now, what does it take to be potent? I'm going to give you this last thing. I'm going to get out your way. You got to have faith. You got to have hope. You got to have love. You got to have understanding. You got to have wisdom. And most importantly, you got to have knowledge. People, this is real. This is real. It's no longer time to be great. It's time to be potent. Okay? Don't do it for yourself. Do for the generations to come, right? I'm so blessed and I'm thankful for this opportunity that Mike has set up for me. I'm thankful and grateful. Now I'm telling you, you can buy this potency fragrance. All you have to do is just ask for it. You have to ask for wisdom. You got to ask for knowledge. You have to ask for understanding. You have to ask for faith. You have to ask for hope. You have to ask for love. You got to do it, and you got to understand that it's going to cost you something. You're going to have to sacrifice. But before you can sacrifice, you need to know who you are. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all got to get potent. Stop messing around with foul fragrances. Stop messing around with average people. Get to people that are going to challenge you. And I'm telling you, your fragrance of potency is going to change. Now, I'm going to tell you what's great about potency. And I'm going to tell you why I'm selling it to you. And this is it. I'm done. I've given you what you need to study on. Okay? Potency is a fragrance that not only makes you smell good, but it eliminates all bad odors. Yeah. I said potency is a fragrance that not only makes you smell good, but it eliminates all bad odors. Some of y'all feel it through the screen. I know you do. Yeah. Why? Because I'm generating a potent smell. So look, I'm telling you, I'm selling it to you for free. You can have it. I told you the ingredients. You can have it. But you got to know this one thing. It's going to cost you something. I believe with all my heart, I'm praying for every individual that's hearing this message now. It's time to stop being great, and it's time to be potent. I'm thankful, I'm grateful to God, blessed that Mike Jaja has called me up and set this appointment up, man, because I'm telling you, this is what you need to hear. Potency. How you want to buy it? Call 1-800-WISDOM, baby. That's all I got to say, man. Thank you, Jesus Christ. This is Cameron Adom. Love y'all. Stay blessed. Y'all get y'all potent fragrancy. It's at disposal. It's not in stores. It's within you. Find it now. Thank you. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Yes, man.
Yes, man. Heart of a king, blood of a slave. When it's all said and done, we walk out of the grave. Abraham, he got seized the race. I pray a man will stay a man in the evilest days. Please, Lord, pardon all my mischievous ways. You share that drama with my mama, I'll be a disgrace. But I'm forgiven like the engine in the Honda I'm driven. Replace my period in my sentence with a comma. I'm living, I'm feeling good. No stress in the hood with no vest. Shutting down Babylon, I'm a part of the protest.